tea. It is me, Olivia, and I am back with a brand new video for you guys today. And I thought what better a video to do than to review Jordan Peele's latest masterpiece, the new horror thriller movie, Us. Now, if you haven't heard of this movie, it is pretty crazy. From the trailer, I remember watching it and I was so intrigued. It just like sucked me straight into the story, and I was theorizing all these different things that could happen and what the story was about, because as you know, with Jordan Peele's movies, there's kind of always a plot twist, kind of a mystery element to it, so you can never kind of figure it out. Like with the movie Get Out, it takes you the whole process till the very end of the movie before you actually find out what happens. But wait, before I get into this video, make sure that you follow me on Instagram. I've got my handle somewhere on the screen down below. I'm uploading all of the time. Well, I'm trying to upload all of the time, but make sure you go and check it out, give me a little follow, and go and check out some of my pictures. So, as I said, last night, me and my boyfriend went to go and watch Us at the cinema, and I have very, very mixed feelings about it. If you don't want to hear potential spoilers, I would click off of this video now, because I'm a person that doesn't like spoilers. If you don't like spoilers, this isn't a video for you, because I might mention something that could potentially be a spoiler. So we went to go see it. I was really excited. Get Out, if you didn't know, is one of Jordan Peele's movies that was very highly commended, and it's probably in my top 10 of thriller kind of movies that I've ever seen. I really, really enjoyed this movie. So when I heard that he was making an unofficial sequel to Get Out called Us, then I thought I would go watch it. So let me start by saying I had high hopes for this movie. I thought it was gonna be like one of those mind-blowing experiences, kind of like you get with Black Mirror and like the predecessor Get Out. But honestly, I left the theater feeling kind of confused and with a weird, sad, underwhelmed feeling in my chest. It's not to say that the movie isn't good, because the movie was great and the story was really amazing. Like, the concept for the story was amazing. If you don't know what it's basically about this young girl, and she goes into a hall of mirrors when she's a child, and she sees a girl who's identical to her, and it's her doppelganger, right? And then in the future, they return to this place after she's grown up, got a family, and then the doppelganger returns with an exact doppelganger family of her family, and all hell breaks loose. So the doppelganger family call themselves the Tethered, and that is because they are in sync with the original person. Like me, if I had a doppelganger, they would be tethered to me. We would share the same soul, which is like what the story is sort of exploring in Us. So it was really good. I have to commend all of the actors in this movie. Oh my gosh, their performances were honestly out of this world. I was very, very impressed. Especially the child acting as well. Holy crap, the stuff that they must have filmed, that would have scarred me for life as a kid. Like, come on. But yeah, like I was saying, I did leave the theater feeling kind of underwhelmed. Basically, the premise of the story was that these doppelgangers are tethered to the people, and the government created these doppelgangers of everyone in the world, and they live underground. So at the beginning of the movie, a title card comes up basically saying that all across the United States and all across the world, there are under-level tunnels like sewers, subway systems, all different things like that that are unoccupied. And they explore into that with having the Tethered actually living underground. So they're following and replicating the people above's every move. So if you think of it like a shadow, everything that you're doing, your shadow is also doing. So for example, if you were eating cereal, your doppelganger would be eating at the same time. They would have to eat at the same time. But But as explained in the movie by the mother, who's the central character of the film, she basically explains that when the girl that lives above, so the actual real original person that lives above, is basically gets all these unique experiences, gets to see the sky, gets to breathe in the fresh air, gets to go wherever she wants, have free roam, taste whatever she wants, go wherever she wants, that kind of thing. And the person that lives below deck, that is the shadow, aka the replica slash copy of the original person, has all these negative experiences. Like, just because the person above is eating, say, a McDonald's, the person below still has to eat, but they only have a limited amount of food. So they're eating raw rabbit, because there's thousands and thousands and thousands of rabbits also kept in these facilities for animal testing and duplicating, because they did it with rabbits first to clone them, and then they did it with humans, and it's a very intricate story for me to explain. However, we did notice a lot of plot holes as it sort of unfolded. Or not really plot holes, just things that weren't explained properly, in my opinion and my boyfriend's opinion. For one reason, they explained why the government or these people created the doppelgangers was to keep track on everybody above ground, so they could see what everyone was doing below ground and keep track on them and things like that. But it just seems silly. Like, it seems ridiculously far-fetched, and like in a place where you struggle for food and there's so much poverty and like things like that, and we have all these resources that would run out if we made an exact replica of the entire population. If you just doubled the entire world population, like, it would be a big issue. So that was obviously like never explained fully in the story, which was super confusing, and we were trying to work out why this happened and why these people created the tethered. Like, it made zero sense to me. Probably to other people it makes a ton of sense and I'm just being stupid, but like, it didn't seem like it had enough reasons to have been a thing in the first place. The humor in this movie also is absolutely phenomenal, especially from, I think his name is Duke Winston. He is, oh my god, he is an hilarious actor, and he brought a lot of nice energy to the movie. It was quite refreshing to see, like, from all these tense, intense, thought-provoking moments that were happening where you're trying to guess what's gonna happen, and having like a little kind of comic relief, if you will. Like, he was really funny, and it was nice to see how his character coped with the situations and things like that. It was very interesting to see all the characters being put in that situation, and also it was amazing to me, obviously, how they played themselves and their doppelganger, and they were such polar opposite characters. Even for the young actors, oh my goodness, they were amazing. And oh my god, it was just, the acting was incredible. That, like, there's nothing I can say bad about the acting. It was just amazing all around. The score was amazing also. There was a lot of beautiful orchestrated music, which was like choral elements to the music, and it was amazing. And I was like, oh wow, this really adds to the scene. Like, it really gave it that kind of creepy, unnerving vibe. Like, I haven't felt that with music for a very long time when I've been watching a movie, and I watch a lot of movies. But yeah, this is a major spoiler now, guys, so like, if you wanted the inkling spoilers about the story, like, that's fine, but this is a major spoiler. This is the plot twist ending that I'm gonna spoil, so turn off the video right now. So at the very end, I was feeling mixed feelings on the plot twist ending, because it seemed very forced. In my personal opinion, it seemed very forced, whereas the one in Get Out happened very naturally, and it was kind of like a natural segue, and it was just keyed into the story. You didn't even really notice that it was like, oh, this is the moment where they're revealing the plot twist. Look out, everybody.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
But no, this one was kind of forced, and it was she's driving in the car, basically the mother is driving in the car, and then at the end it is revealed that when she was a child and she did meet her doppelganger that lived below the surface, she actually switched places with her doppelganger. The girl who originally lived below and was originally made as the tethered took her and switched places with her. So that's why she was coming back to regain her place, I suppose, which is why it was such a big deal. Thinking back on it, and basically there's this scene in the middle of the movie where the tethered version of the mother explains to the seemingly original mother what a doppelganger is and how she was created and her entire life story of how she was created there and all things like this. Bear in mind that when she was a child and she did switch places with the doppelganger, she was like maybe 6, I would say, 5 or 6. So why was she making the effort to explain it to the original when in fact she would have known the whole time and it could have just been like a revenge story, like her coming back for her rightful place? But it wasn't. She like explained it as if they never switched places, when in reality, shortly afterwards, it's revealed that they switched places. But then again, that could be brought down to some kind of post-traumatic stress where she's kind of blanked out some of her childhood because she was so young and she just can't remember anything before being underground and living as the tethered when they switch places. So honestly, I'm really torn about this one. It leaves me with like a really sullen feeling where I'm kind of like, I don't know if I enjoyed this, but I don't know if it was as clever and as thought-provoking as it was intended to be. Also in the movie there's this big part of all of the members of the tethered coming up to the surface, killing their original people that they were cloned of, and then they're all holding hands across the world, all together on like a widespread thick, so they're all just holding hands all over the world like a giant chain of people that were the tethered. Yet at the end of the movie, all the original like 4 main characters get away safely. They're all completely unharmed, it's like completely fine. But then we zoom out over the fields and there are still all of the tethered holding hands, and I'm like, well, what's their next move? Are they just gonna stand there for eternity? Are they gonna go and regain the lives that they think are owed to them because they lived for so long under the surface and they were clones, like they want their lives? It just lacked a lot of purpose for me. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But I have to commend Jordan Peele because, let's be real, his ideas are very unique and different, and in a day and age where we're getting countless amounts of sequels and countless amounts of remakes, it's really refreshing to see cool and unique and original ideas being portrayed in cinema. I think I pretty much covered everything that I wanted to say. This is the first time I've ever done like a really kind of intense movie review, so if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like. If you didn't enjoy it, just don't say anything, because it would be very mean for you to say something, because it would probably hurt my feelings. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys same place, definitely not the same time, but see you around. Keep on keeping on.